thing I want to speak about in this advice video is vocal coaching abilities. Thing with Asian people is that when you listen to their voice, one thing you do notice is that they have very beta tonality. I'm just gonna help the Asians, I don't care. Whatever. Instead of dealing with politics, instead of dealing with bullshit, instead of dealing with negativity, I want to do something good. So the very first thing you want to focus on is notice like there's always up talk. They always up talk. The Asians just love to up talk. For some unknown reason, it's always like, hey, how's it going? Is everything good? Hey, that's great. It's always up. They always have this beta tone. And if you notice from me, I actually don't speak like that at all. Ever. So a lot of people are wondering, John, why do you seem so different than the other Asians? Why do you speak better? Why are you more expressive? And that's the big reason. A lot of it has to do with the way you speak. So there's many things that I want to talk about, but it's not like I planned this. So first of all, there's things called resonance. What is resonance? You've heard me the way I speak before compared to the way I speak now. Okay? You notice that my voice is a lot deeper than before. And you don't know why that is. Why is John's voice deeper? Is because number one, you can actually train the voice. It is an instrument that could get better. If you guys don't train the voice, right, what's going to happen is your voice will start to stagnate. It will start to sound very beta and unconfident because you have done the same fucking shit over and over, speaking unconfidently. So, resonance. How do I create resonance? There are exercises, especially when I go for a very low hum. Kind of like, you can go like, right? There's a point when it cuts off, disappears. It sounds weird, but you don't keep going like that fucking gay ass shit. You sound like this. Try it with me. If there's nobody around you. Do as long as possible. Then afterwards, have you noticed the voice gets even deeper now? Now I sound like I'm a radio talk show host. Just because I did this one fucking exercise. Would this exercise help you in Daygame? Absolutely. Just by doing a simple exercise like this, my vocal cords have changed a little bit. It has improved. Now that when I speak, it's a lot more resonance. So number one I want to speak about is resonance. And listen, this is more of the strategy behind all these things. On YouTube Live, I talk about the strategies. If you want to know the exact tactics, I would join the John Elite, online Facebook group. I'm only inviting people who's gotten laid or people who are my fans before. I'm not inviting anyone else unless I interview you. But I'm going to put my site on the link somewhere if I could figure out how to do this. I'm kind of new to this, so I'll figure out exactly how to do this. So basically, resonance. You do this exercise all the time, your resonance would be a lot stronger. And around women, instead of sounding like a beta cuck, like you're from ABCs of Attraction, and those fucking faggots, instead of sounding like some fucking cucks, I swear a lot, by the way, you actually start to sound more masculine. And this is one of the advice that I want to give the Asian people. If there's anyone online, you can just say hi. So that way you can speak back and forth. If not, that's fine. Just keep lurking there. Who's online? There's one person here. If you like what you're hearing, just give a thumbs up or something, even if you can't really say anything, unless it's who I think it is. So basically, number two is I get straws. I always get straws from restaurants. Another thing you can do is just put this thing right between your mouth. And when you speak, and you keep speaking, it'll make your pronunciation a lot better because you'll be using more of your vocal muscles. I'm not going to get into that kind of detail unless you see, hey man. So, DL, what's up? So basically, when you speak with a straw in your mouth, it'll force you to really pronounce every single word. So it's easy to get one of these straws. You can get them from any other restaurants. And there's other tips. There's other breathing techniques that really help you speak your voice and makes you pronounce things a lot better. So if you're in Daygame and you just like, excuse me, I just, was going this way and I know it's random as hell. I just saw you walking by and I was looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I could find it? The way you would have spoken before, you would sound like a fucking pissant. You'd be like, hey, excuse me, I just left my friend and I was going this direction and I've noticed that you have a very fuck that shit. If you speak like that, it's going to be a big numbers game. And if you don't have high SMV, it's not going to work very, very well. Feel free to ask me any questions, DL, about vocal coaching and how to improve your vocal tonalities. Because you notice that even compared to before, I didn't speak as well as I did today. This has been practiced. This has been practiced. It's no coincidence. But basically what I'm trying to say is that as an Asian Daygamer, and if you listen to them speak, almost no Asian Daygamers actually speak properly. They just sound beta as fuck. The timing is off. And also the tonality, the way they speak is off. They don't sound like somebody who's confident. They sound beta. That's not congruent. That's not congruent at all. And that's very, very important that you understand these concepts. So besides that, there's a lot of things in your voice, the timing behind it. There's different aspects like resonance. There's different things like lung capacity. One thing I've noticed with my students is that a lot of people, have a low lung capacity. What I mean by that is they can barely breathe in and hold oxygen in their lungs. So when they Daygame, it's like, excuse me, it's very quiet. So they start speaking more quiet because they don't have a lung capacity to speak very well. Without a good lung capacity, it's really, really hard to do Daygame. So that's how they breathe like. For me, I have exercises where I breathe in very deeply. I could hold the breath and I could breathe out. You see, I could breathe out and everything becomes a lot louder. By doing these kind of exercises and you go out there and you Daygame, man, just picking up women becomes so much easier. It is like 10 times easier. And I remember on the boot camp, I was teaching the students exactly these issues. He's gone from like a 2 out of 10 vocal ability all the way up to an 8 for every category. That's when we stopped. So what happened was, they're like, yeah, we pulled 2 girls home. We tried to, but he had no emotional abilities. He lost his vocal abilities and he could not connect with his girl. My girl was so fucking easy. It's like, he saw everything in front of him. He's just like, how is this possible, John? Like, what the fuck? All these concepts I was teaching him. He was like, oh, I wasn't sure if I should. Are you sure that works? It works, motherfucker. It works. So basically, it worked too fucking well. Because when he did it, the girls followed both of us easily. And then I closed her on with a number close. A lot of text game, but that's not the topic for today. The topic is Asians. If you don't invest in courses to improve your vocal abilities, and I don't mean singing, if you don't improve in these kind of areas, you're always going to be stuck. You're always going to be stuck communicating. You're always going to sound as beta as ABCs of attraction. I mean, seriously, these guys sound like a fucking cuck. If I ever spoke like these motherfuckers, no wonder they can't close in Daygame. Stupid dumbasses. Having said that, that's not helping the Asian people. Because at night game, you don't actually have to be good at the vocal coaching abilities. You don't have to speak well. You can be a fucking retard just walking in there. You're walking in there and you're just like, okay, that's great and everything, but in night game, you don't have to speak well. You can slur the words like, hey, how's it going? Like a fucking Asian poker face with an autistic face. It's like, okay, cool. Oh, nice. Oh, wow. You can still quote because the girls are down to fuck. that's not exactly the kind of game Asians should be focused on. Because if you're not outside in the nightclubs, like outside the fucking four walls, people can't see you actually approaching. And when that happens, it just makes it harder for the Asian race to be noticed. You have to be out there. Does that make sense? You have to be out there, or else it's not going to work. I know that sounds like very mean and stuff, and I don't mean to be mean. I'm just saying this because you guys need to hear this fucking message. That's right. You need to hear this fucking message. And it's so important. So how can you start improving your vocal abilities? Sometimes I practice with the body language, like 45 degrees, neck out, all that stuff. And I mix the hand gestures. I'm not going to specifics because you can take my online course to learn stuff like this. And I might make a new course called Kaizen. Kaizen is basically the idea of 1% improvement over time. A lot of you have bad habits. It took your whole fucking lifetime of making mistakes with a vocal tonality. So now that when I speak, I have more of a confident tonality. When I speak to women, I was like, excuse me, I just was like going this way and I was kind of lost around here. Like I don't say things like, I don't try to have these goddamn lines. Everything is in the moment. So for example, excuse me, I was just going this way. I was looking for a place called Zara, but when I saw you, you kind of remind me of someone, right? You remind me of my friend. She's very creative and artistic. I know it's kind of weird to speak to you right now. And probably like bothering you. And you're wondering, why is this guy in a fucking suit? But I was actually looking for a Zara. Do you know where I can find it? Because I got to leave very soon. Let her speak. Let her speak. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Look at your clock and say 15 seconds. Okay? I'm not going to go into specifics. But 15 seconds. And you go, oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you right now. That's in the Elite 30 social skills program. I just noticed something about you right now. I just noticed that, you look like somebody who's this ethnicity. You remind me, my friend is like that. You look exactly like her. So I'm not sure if you're Persian or you're like a Latina. It's hard to tell. They actually have like very similar kind of looking, facial features. But, the body, right? It's like a little bit different. So which one are you, by the way? So having the ability to speak is just such a big advantage in Daygame. You Asians are not going to listen to this. Asian people will not listen to this, and they'll dismiss this and say, John, you're not beta like us. John, you're like a white guy speaking. John, you're like a Caucasian guy in the Asian body. We can't relate to you. No. You can speak just like me, and it helps your Daygame. If you don't have that kind of confidence, speaking your voice is going to make it very hard in the long run. See, I can change my emotions now so fucking well and change the way I speak. Like, for example, if I'm speaking in a way that I'm very caring, I can speak like that to you guys. I can speak like, I'm just curious about you. I want to know more about you. I can empathize. I can change my tonality. And that's the weird thing people don't understand. I can actually flirt, right? Like when I speak in a very flirty tonality with women, you can actually feel it. And that's a weird thing. I'm speaking to you right through a goddamn fucking camera, webcam, but you can feel the emotions, like the flirtiness in my voice. And it changes all the time. You could be, like, oh, come on. You don't seem like you're Russian. Like, you look more like you're Polish or something. Seriously. You can disagree. You can, like, you can tease her. Because, Donald Trump is always like, does something like this. And he starts like, Hillary Clinton is like she's like a criminal. She's not criminal. She's not that great. The thing is that the tonality can change, especially when I'm speaking like this. Like right now, as I'm speaking, it's kind of like I'm teasing you or something. I'm teasing you. Like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? Seriously. When you can speak to like this to a girl and you can change your tonality, you can have this sort of dominance, and you can have this sort of like, caring. You can have this sort of like confidence. This comes through into your vibe, your energy. And this is what the Asians cannot do because they cannot feel. They can't feel anything. They have emotions. They have narcissism. They have disdain. They have all these other emotions that are not positive, but they don't have like feelings, that connection. And it comes through in the voice. Hey, man. Hey, V. It's going to be a hard thing. When you go out there in Daygame, it's going to be extremely fucking hard. So I'm showing how you can change all the vibes and connecting. You can like speak with your chest out. You can be very confident and you can be like dominant. We're going to go for an instant date right now. And then you can be like very funny, like what the fuck? And then you can switch over to a flirtiness, and you can change to a very very sexual tonality. And you're wondering how does John switch to all these tonalities? And sometimes it's not always about just the tonality. It's also about the speed. For example, when I speak very confidently like this, a lot of Asian people speak super fast. So facial expressions. Sometimes with facial expressions, let's talk about this in relations to the vocal abilities. Because sometimes the facial expressions are very hard for Asian men. Okay? Facial expressions are extremely hard. So as I'm speaking, I'm changing. Have you noticed this? I'm more confident. My facial expressions is more confident. You must think in the word congruency. You must think in the word congruency. And that's the important thing. In order to hit the right facial expressions, one must be extremely congruent. So, if I'm in a very happy sort of mood, right? What's my face gonna look like? It's gonna be happy as shit. It's gonna be like this. Make sense? If I'm connecting, right, what kind of facial expressions would I give? I'm gonna be more like, I'm curious about you. I want to know more about you. It changes. But with Asians, it's really, really hard to change the facial expressions because they're not used to it. They're not used to it. So most Asians can only move their face for like 1 centimeter. So this is the 4 facial expressions in the same fucking tonality for Asian people. The first one is called the eyebrow lift. Hey, how's it going? It's great, eh? So yeah, it's really cool. This is the best they can fucking do. Not to insult you guys, but this is the best. Actually, I don't give a fuck. But I'm gonna be fucking brutally honest with you guys. Really fucking honest. This is the beta eye lift. You see this with other fucking Asian dating coaches. Hey, how's it going? And the second thing is that it's called a beta smile. They'll do this in the middle of the Daygame. Hey, how's it going? Hands in the pocket. Yeah, really? That's awesome. Wow. Number 3 is that a little bit of sadness. It'll be a serious face, but that thing is Asians can barely move things 1 centimeter. So when I tell them on Skype, right, do I have any exercises? Yes, I do. You should save that for other type of things because this is more for like a general session. You know what I mean? On YouTube Live. But there's a lot of facial expressions. You got to think the word congruency. When you look at the Pixar cartoons, for example, Pixar cartoons, okay? You notice they're always in the right facial expressions. The shark is like evil. It's like, and then it starts to go, starts speaking like very nicely. Oh yeah, we're not going to eat you. We're not going to eat you at all. We're going to help you out a lot. They have exactly what they call 100% congruency. So if this is like a confident body language, I'm congruent to how I feel. Congruency is very hard. So when you say to an Asian guy, and usually it happens on Skype, when I say to them, like, listen, show me a sad face. So it's 1 centimeter down. Down. It's not really sad. It's not really sad. Show me a happy face. 1 centimeter up. Okay. Show me an angry face. So I take 3 pictures or 4 at random times. And I show it to the Asian person. And they're like, it looks exactly the same. And I was like, yeah, motherfucker. Because it is exactly the same. You are actually, get this, you guys are actually showing the exact fucking facial expressions because you're not used to moving your face. Of course, people have talked about the Asian poker face. The Asian poker face when you have no facial expressions. But have you guys ever heard of the Asian poker tonality? The Asian poker body language? The Asian poker everything? That's a big problem. It's always the poker face, it's always the poker tonality. There's no congruency. So you gotta ask yourself, if it's a sad face, perhaps the body language needs to be congruent. Your voice will start to sound like more sad because I feel more sad and stuff like this. I'll feel like a more sad person. And my state changes because of my body language. If you're angry, instead of being like, ugh, get into the anger mode. Like, motherfucker, I'm gonna beat you the fuck down. You stupid motherfucker. You fucking pissant. Right? I'll knock your fucking teeth out, you motherfucker. When you get into that body language, you start to feel. You start to feel. And that's what most people don't understand. And if you're confident, right, you get to that body language and the facial expressions will match. It's always 100% congruent. And that's the secret. And just when you get to the right state, the right words come out. There's no need to remember every fucking script. Like, excuse me, I was like looking for a place called Zara. Do you know where I can find it? Oh, by the way, I just noticed something about you right now. I disagree with you. You know? Oh, okay. It's great that I like your dress, but those don't match your shoes. Haha. When you talk like this, it's very robotic. But when you use congruency and you use that a different tonality in your voice, then when you start speaking with her, right, the right words come out. There's no need to remember any fucking lines. There's no need to remember any sort of script. There's no need for any of that shit. But that's all I want to say for today. This is work on your voice. Are there courses to work on your voice? Absolutely. And especially one course I want to speak about. So I first of all want to say that I have a new site, a new domain name finally. It's called John Elite ELITE.com. It's the same fucking site. It's just I finally have a domain now. Okay? JohnElite.com. And for other people, we have this new program. Fuck we. It's like I'm not a fucking brand. Who gives a shit about brands? It's me. I'm the coach. The guy with 372 fucking testimonials. And the thing is that when I'm teaching you guys, it's not about my ego. It's not about worshiping John again. Because John was a very narcissistic fuck before. It's about you guys. I'm changing the focus back to you. I get a real fucking kick out of coaching people. Nothing makes me happier in the world when I get more students laid than any other dating coach in the world. It makes me very happy. Like, on the inside, I feel amazing. Like, let's see. Do you have any exercises for facial expressions? Yeah. Just go watch a Pixar cartoon and try to copy them. Or try to watch Wolf of Wall Street. Jordan Belfort. That's the movie, Wolf of Wall Street. Look at his body languages and you'll see like, holy shit. This guy can really act. And I didn't realize that before. I didn't fucking realize he can actually act until I saw him moving his body congruently. No one else in the movie can. So that's good exercise. Go watch that movie and try to imitate. Pause it, imitate him, and try to get to that feeling so the right words come out. Does that make sense? Another thing is that, this online coaching program. I have a Facebook Live coaching program because all you people always want to ask me questions. And I can't answer everyone's questions. I'm only accepting students I trust. And I will interview you, and you have to be vetted very carefully. I don't want like the wrong people there. And I'm teaching them a lot of this stuff, a lot of these secrets, a lot of this stuff that really makes you a lot better, especially when it comes to different aspects of the game. And I've expanded on many different areas, especially when it comes to, vocal coaching. This is just one of the many components. How to make more money, high income skills. Because you don't want to be that goddamn PUA who basically has no fucking life, no money, starving to fucking death, dead end job, going nowhere. You don't want to be that kind of person. Also, there's like different areas of the game. We're going to go into like Instagram, how to use that to your advantage, how to use that to convert girls. There's many different aspects of the game. And there's also many, many different things. So that's the Facebook live online coaching, and it's only $15 a month. 15 USD is nothing. You probably eat like 2 fucking McDonald's meals. That's the same price. But imagine the kind of knowledge you get for that. It's $140 per year. It's much cheaper. You save a lot more. So why make this group coaching? Because I believe one day I'm going to have like thousands of students there. Thousands of people asking me a million questions. It may not be 1,000 people here. We just have 2 people. It was 3 and then went back to 2. But after that, I believe that there's going to be thousands. There's probably going to be close to like that much. And they want to learn. So you see more testimonials here and stuff like that. But I just want to say, check out my new site, johnelite.com. And then look up the Inner Circle. That's what it's called, Inner Circle. I'll see you guys there. And I hope, I'll be here more often on live because it just takes too long to film advice videos. I don't feel like doing that shit. I don't feel like filming advice videos all the time. This is much quicker. I don't want to fucking make a thumbnail. I don't want to do all this shit. So, just look at the link. Maybe I'll put that in the link. Who knows? Maybe I'm just a little bit more lazy these days, but I want to help people. Let's focus on the Asians. Instead of me being like fucking narcissistic like before, instead of me like bragging, instead of me just like me, it's about you. Other fucking narcissistic people want to be worshipped as a POA. They want to be worshipped. But what about your results? Let's see. Thank you. Great advice. If you ever need another, no. Gotcha. All right. Cool, man. DS? Absolutely. If you're very good at it, get in contact with me on Facebook. You know where to find me, you guys. I'm in the same Facebook, or go to my site and just, put that down. So for the advice today, the best thing to do with advice is just to apply it. Apply it. You know about the straw? Get a fucking straw, right? Get a straw. Put this in your mouth, speak for 30 minutes, and pronounce every single word you can. And that's hard to do. Your face muscles move. Yeah, that's one thing you can do to improve your pronunciation. If you know by going deeper like this, practice that. And then you start speaking even deeper than before. You see that? Now I sound like Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. I'm an Asian person with a voice of like Darth Vader. You see that? It lowers the gear of your voice. It's like a remote control. And this is permanent for the rest of your life. The more you practice, the better you get. You see that? Even I can speak in a very low voice. And see, I don't have to speak as loud now. With a lower voice, I have more resonance. I can still speak in a very rich tone to all of you. And when you speak to women like this, they'll find it more attractive. And Asians realize that you can change your voice. You can work on it. You can absolutely work on it. It's not like dead end. It's not like this is the voice for the rest of your life. I hope you guys learned a lot. I want to stop the video here. I want to stop it here. I'm just here to help as many people as possible. It's my mission in life. 1.5 billion Asian people, or 1 billion, in the next 100 years are not going to procreate. So I might have to focus around the world. Instead of thinking very small, instead of thinking just Vancouver, how can I help all these people? How can I help all these people? And yes, I have students of every ethnicity who trains under me. Yeah, you can see that in the testimonials. You can see that in the testimonials. It's every single skin color. But what have I, John Elite, have done to help Asian people? I'm thinking to myself, John, you have been a little bit selfish lately. You have been helping every other student, but you're not focusing on the Asian people. They need help. They need help. They don't know how to speak. They don't know how to dress. They don't know how to daygame. In the whole fucking world, I think around 1 in 4 or 1 in 5 or something are not going to procreate. That's a big percentage. So that's where I got the figures from, around the world. Like 1 in 5 is going to marry a white girl. I'm not here to help you, but if you want more white girls, sure. That's not my goal. I'm trying to help the other people, the ones who are suffering. The rest will just marry their own kind or just whatever the fuck, right? And even in Asia, they're not even marrying each other. They're not even procreating anymore. Guys in Japan, it's just like fucking fapping to these cartoon shit. I don't know what the fuck is happening with the Asian race. Whatever happened to having a fucking pair of balls? And then people accuse me of, John, you're just too much of a toxic masculinity. You're too alpha. You're too unrelatable. No, maybe you motherfuckers need to grow a pair of balls. It's easier for Daygame. Do you see any dominance in the Daygamers' voices of the other Asian Daygamers? No, there is no balls there. It's just like empty. It's like a fucking vaginal cavity there. That's not going to help the Asian race. It's not going to help the Asian race. Your parents told you to make more money or go to school, get a good job, have a car, have a nice house. This place is fucking nice, isn't it? And then a woman will fall in your lap. But they all realized that when that didn't happen and they got a lot older, they got pissed off with their parents. They got really pissed off. It's like, fuck. Now they have to learn game. And then they go to all these wrong places. They go to RSD. Some goes to ABCs of, narcissism. Some goes to other places. And this is not helping the Asian race at all. This is not helping. That's not what you should be doing. So when they do all this other stuff, it's not working for them. And then some Asians come to me and they get the results. They get laid and they're happy. It's like John is always like the last resort guy. And I don't want to be the last resort guy. It's always like, oh, if you suffer in a game, it's always, I'll come to John. And then you become a testimonial. Why not just go to my stuff in the first place? Why not learn from Elite 30 social skills? So you can learn social skills because it's for Asian people. You can't even talk to people out there. You can't even have a conversation with women. You look at your hand gestures. You don't even know how to move your fucking hands. So you'd be like, this is what they call the Chinese three hands. 1, 2, 3. So I'd be like, hey, how's it? I was speaking. Excuse me. I just wondering if you have a creative and artistic vibe. The hands always do the same shit. 1, 2, 3. Because they don't know how to move it. It's just like the facial expressions. It's always the high eyebrows, beta smile, the eye twitch, and the slight it's like 3 or 4. That's it. Oh, that variation. There should be a million different variations in your facial expressions. I'm gonna stop it for now. I don't intend to go past 20 or 30 minutes. People don't remember every detail. But I hope you guys learn a lot. I'll be back here more often, right? And I hope you like this new penna suit. Yeah, don't mind my crotch there. Some people are not small, especially Asians. But it's a fucking stereotype. But however, saying that, and that's another thing I want to speak about Asians in the future videos. I want to talk about narcissism. If you guys don't dress well, you lower your self-esteem. With a lower self-esteem, you got the higher ego, the higher narcissism. With the higher narcissism, right? What I've noticed among the Asians is that they go to RSD because they want to be comforted. This is what they call comfort camps. Comforting advice. They love to be comforted. Because when you have a high ego and you have lower self-esteem, and they're like, they freeze up and they jump off the fucking chat. Because they're a bunch of fucking snowflakes. A bunch of motherfucking snowflakes. It's like, John, you can't talk like you're fucking dead, Tanya. Like, why are you so aggressive? Why can't you just be nice? Because I'm not trying to sell you on anything, you dumb motherfuckers. And so, I fucking offended the snowflakes. And now they just gonna jump off the fucking chat. Watch what's gonna happen. Once you say fuck, shit, bitch, racism is so high. And for the Asian people who don't have any confidence in your voice and you want to improve the voice, the reason why I dress well is because the higher the way I dress, the more self-esteem I have. The lower the ego. The lower the ego, the higher the self-esteem. If this makes sense, give it a thumbs up. Hey, man. Hey, JH. Long time no see. So that's exactly what I'm saying. The higher the self-esteem, the lower the ego. And that's why I want Asians from now on, all of you to start. Fuck yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what's happening. So guys, in case you guys haven't seen it, I have a new site, johnelite.com, JOHNELITE.com. Same fucking site, now has a domain. Guys, check it out. And also, if you guys really like the advice here, join the online group coaching. I will be inviting only the people. You can apply, but I'm only going to invite the people I like. Everyone else can go fuck themselves. I'm not here to serve everyone. I'm not here to serve deluded people who basically like don't want to dress well and just they have low fucking self-esteem. When you have higher self-esteem, you can accomplish more things. And Asians in general, for day gamers, the lower your self-esteem is, it shows up in your fucking voice. It shows up in your voice because you get offended. You get butthurt. The Asian people get butthurt so badly. It's like, oh my God, John just offended me. Oh, he's Asian. He's not positive. It's not like a high vaginal energy, the high vibrational vaginal. You guys can ask me any questions you want if you want, relating to vocal coaching for Asians. How to improve your vocal tonalities. I would love to answer. When we're talking back and forth, it's like an environmental exposure. You guys can learn more, and that can change your minds faster. It's going very well. Yeah. Well, the thing is that for the other guy, right, destroying him. I don't give a fuck about him. I have no beef with him, and he doesn't have beef with me. I think he showed up in the live before here, as one of the outs. Maybe he's trying to scout me or something. It's okay. In some ways, I just wish, because he's going after RSD. I'm gonna let him fight it out. I'll fight RSD too, because I have the most testimonials in the world. 372 now. I'm gonna reach 400 very soon for Daygame. Daygame, unlike Night Game, has a lot more social skills and social calibrations, which the Asians do not have. I'll let him fight it out. I'm not gonna bother him. I told him for one of those outs, you know what? I'm not gonna. You can have your devil's army. You want to fight RSD? You go fight RSD. I will not get in your fucking way. Just stay on mine. So for me, it's neutral with him. I don't intend to dig into him. So I don't care. Like, I really don't give a fuck what he thinks. But if he wants to fight RSD, let him fight RSD. That's why I think about him. So I'm doing very well. You guys ask me more questions. Go ahead. This is a good time to ask me questions. I want to talk about vocal coaching just for today's live. And don't forget, Asians, I want to speak about the tonality, also about speaking. Social skills. Most naturals, believe it or not, because I made a new blog post about this. Most naturals is speak to everyone. When I was going shopping, I was like flirting with every single woman there. And I was talking to guys in general too. Just say, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, it's great. So what are you doing? How's it going? You like living here? That's great. Blah, blah, blah. Why the fuck would you talk to people like that? And the Asian people are like, I'm fucking autistic. I can barely speak English. Because it's like sharpening your fucking saw. Because I'm around so many naturals and players now. The real inner circle. There's really a fucking Illuminati of pickup who taught me all that shit. It's not like I was taught by dating coaches or study every day game system. It's because I'm actually like, I'm mentored by fucking like 7 different people. Okay? Vancouver is the hardest place in the world. Europe is easy as fuck. Some places like Germany, it makes it seem hard because no one's ever been there. Germany is about easy as Thailand. Just to be honest with you. People there, everyone's in the fucking job center. The girls are chilled as fuck because the government is paying for their fucking welfare. The socialism. Fucking socialism. And that's not helping people in general. So let's see. Any more questions? Keep talking. Keep asking me questions. But because you guys don't speak to people. You guys don't go out there and speak to people. Try to open every set. That will sharpen your speaking muscles. That will sharpen your speaking muscles. Because the more people you talk to, the more social you get. You got to understand the chart, Asian people. I'm Asian myself. I'm like, Asian people? Holy fuck. 25% of the chart up here is social skills. So this bro-ish thing, or talking to women, hey, how's it going? Yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. I just talking normally. Oh, actually, I was from there. And a lot of people are like, John, that's kind of weird. I'm a PUA. I don't have time for small talk. I don't have time for small talk. I don't want to talk like this. It doesn't make any sense. One thing you guys don't get is that when you do small talk like this and you talk to people like that, what happens is you sharpen your social muscles. When you're talking with your friends, I have a lot of friends, are you trying to like exchange information? Or are you just trying to build a connection? Are you trying to build a connection in such a way that he's just happy to see you after all these years? He is fucking happy to see you. So all they're doing is building a vibe together. It's not the words that matter. The words don't fucking matter. It is the vibe, it's the social skills. It is about building that vibe together, the connection. Yo, I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, what has been going on with that kind of small talk is so crucial to social skills. If you guys don't master this stuff, you're fucked. Dude, I want you to be less obnoxious with that. Eights, nines, and tens. I'm not exposed to them at the time for one reason. Okay, BS. That's a good question. A lot of the tonality, right? It feels like there's a fucking frog in your throat. It feels like someone's grabbing your neck like Julian Blanc, right? Like Julian Blanc, and just. It's because you put them on a fucking pedestal. But the problem is that when you want to speak to eights, nines, and tens, dress well. Have you ever noticed any hot women that don't like guys that have a little bit of fucking husband material? Second of all, most of the guys who are good looking and stuff like that, most of the people that these eights, nines, and tens hang around with are guys who have perfect social skills. I hate to say this, but some white people, I'm not talking about dating coaches. Those guys are autistic as fuck. But I'm talking about social circle. I'm talking about people that can speak together like a normal fucking person. They actually have social skills because these women could be in the social skills. They have friends. They're way ahead of the minorities. They're light years ahead. And I hate that as a fact. But their social skills is so fucking high. So if you can't speak to them with social skills, because social skills is 25%. Social calibrations, the way you stand, the way your body is, the way your chin is, the way your facial expressions are, the hand gestures, all that stuff is called social calibrations. And that's in my program, Elite 30, from hard case to hero. I'm renaming it Elite 30. Elite 30. I don't want to call it like whatever the fuck it was called before, like what, Weight 30? Fuck that shit. It's called Elite 30 now. I'm going to add some chapters to it. Kaizen and social skills. And then the program is updated for life. For the rest of your life, you get the program and you get 2 more modules on my side. It's just, why include 2 more modules? It's like, John, you can't sell this. It's too fucking, you're giving them a good price. Of course, because I want to help as many hard cases or Asians as possible. I want to help as many as humanly fucking possible. But so 25% social skills, 25 social calibrations. So if you want to be around the 8s, 9s, and 10s, right, you must dress in the more calibrated way. You must talk in the more calibrated way. You must master your social skills and your social calibrations. Game is only 25 fucking percent. You might be saying, John, but you have so much game. Your students are getting so much results. Look, even I recognize that the game, even though if I have like a 10 out of 10 game or 9, whatever the fuck, it's these other aspects that are important. And the last aspect is the emotional intelligence. For Asian people, they don't have that much emotional intelligence, that much social skills. So they can't really feel when they talk to people. They cannot build that vibe together. Do you see that? They cannot build the vibe together. And the very fact I could speak for 46 minutes and 21 seconds in a row in a very calibrated way goes to show I'm not a white person. I know you've probably never seen Asians have this kind of ability to speak, ever, in any fucking place. It's very rare, but it is possible. And when you can do that in the game, it makes the game a lot easier, especially when you're speaking to women. So social skills, social calibrations. The game. Okay, I know every fucking tactic in the book. I know every game fucking hack. And emotions. And that all comes through your voice. Because a voice can hit certain frequencies. For example, like when you're connecting. I wouldn't be speaking as fast as before. You see that? Because I want to sound like I have a rapport. It's not rapport seeking, but it's more like a social comfort. Having a social comfort and you're speaking to a girl, she's going to start to feel like more connected right now. She doesn't know why she feels more connected, but when I speak to her like this, I totally understand. I'm just curious about you. I want to know more about you. And that's the problem because the thing doesn't go back and forth. I'm not exposed to them at the time. That's one reason. And also, BS, you also dress Indian as fuck. I hate to say that, but when you dress Indian as fuck, you alienate girls. Most of my friends who are Indian will never, ever in their life be caught dead hanging around another Indian guy. It's not to insult that, but they don't want to be dragged down by the negative stereotype. So a lot of people are Indian, right? They'll use what they call Bollywood. Their filter means the way they see the world is from Bollywood. So remember Mr. S? He's dressed like really Bollywood-like. Whenever he likes a clothing, right? I always like the opposite. Because his filter is Bollywood, is the opposite of Hollywood. So when you dress like that, it's hard to get in those social circles of white girls. And I bet you your social media is all full of Indian people. It's all full of guys with big beards. They're like, I love that. I love the beard. It's so masculine. You're alienating the white girls. I hate to say it. Asians and Indians are very similar. They have no awareness of the way they speak. They have no awareness of the way they dress. So I hope that makes sense. You don't watch Bollywood, right? Maybe not, but you might be kind of like it can still influence you. Your culture can influence you. I would do everything in your power to break the negative stereotype. So you ask yourself, what are the stereotypes associated with Indian people? Always associate with the beard. Number one, the beard. Unibrows, bad fashion, turban, other stuff like that. Even if you don't wear stuff like that, or they always wear like a pink polo or flannel or really shitty shoes. They're never Zara-fied. If you start dressing more from a clothing store, Zara, you would do a lot better, with women. That's a very important piece of advice. When I bring my bootcamp students who are Indian and they dress very well from Zara, what happens is that the women cannot tell their race. I'm telling you a big secret. When you're Indian and the women cannot tell what your ethnicity is, right? Guess what happens? You're no longer like 2 out of 10. You jump all the way up to 4 out of 10. If they can't tell you look black, you jump to 8 out of 10. If you're Indian and you look black, 8 out of 10 automatically. Now you don't have to play as much game. Mr. S looks like a Latino. My friend Mr. S, he looks like a Latino guy. You can't tell. So his value jumps all the way up to 7 out of 10 Latino. Hope that makes sense. So as Indian guys, you want to make sure they don't know your race. The more whitewashed you are, the easier the game is. And you guys have a much better bone structure than us Asians. You guys are taller and you guys are stronger. And proportional wise, you're very much like Caucasians. So that 2 out of 10 will become whatever you want. Way higher than what us Asians are capable of, unless we're tall and strong, and I'm not. Let's see. What if I'm not motivated to go out and approach? Game is a grind. It's hard to motivate yourself. Well, DS, sometimes it is harder. Start socializing, like I say. You know how I said I talk to everyone. Don't go out there for a game. I study neuroscience. And one thing neuroscience suggests is that it's really hard to start doing something that you don't fucking like. So what is motivation? The word is motivation because you're using willpower. The more willpower that you try to say, I gotta go out there and fucking do it, you know what happens to your brain? It starts to shut down. Your brain will start to shut the fuck down. So it affects something called the telomeres. Guy imagines like a fucking candy right here. And there's 2 ribbons. The telomeres is the end of it, that ribbon part. This is your DNA strand. The more you try to willpower going out, the older you're gonna look. So for me, you can tell I still look very young. Okay? And I'm an older guy. So my telomeres is not stressed all the time. I'm not very stressed because I love my job. I love my job. When I help and get 372 testimonials of students late in Poland, I get a huge release from that. I really do. Mentally, I feel great. I feel great. So I love my job. I'm motivated. But if you're not motivated for Daygame, because you're not integrating it into your life. That's the problem, because it's so separate from your life. You never thought about integrating Daygame into your life. So if you love going to coffee shops, you love going to the gym, after work, you go home. Can you integrate Daygame into your life? Yes or no? Of course you can. Of course you can. But you never integrate into your life. You think Daygame is a separate fucking thing. You're like, oh, I'm going to spend exactly 3 hours just code approaching. I'm just going to fucking code approach and, I kind of fucking code approach and then do this shit. And then it fucking burns you out. You schedule code approaching out there. Of course you do that. Then when you're ready, when you see that girl you like on your free time and you're integrated, you go and approach. And sometimes the hardest thing is to get started. I've studied neuroscience. The hardest thing is sometimes, you want to get started with Daygame. Just get the fuck out there. I'm lazy as fuck and I don't have no willpower. So I would just get myself to start. Like today. I didn't want to make a YouTube live video. I didn't. So, all right, cool. BS. I didn't feel like making a video. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to make a video. You trick your fucking mind. I'm not going to make a video. I'm just going to bring my laptop downstairs. Your brain's like, okay. So you're bypassing the systems. Because sometimes when your parents yell at you so much, you freeze up all the time. You don't take as much action. Does that make sense? Because you don't take as much action and you procrastinate because you've been yelled at too much by your fucking parents. Don't they yell at you? And then what happens to your nervous system? Do you freeze up? Fight, flight, or freeze? Have you noticed? You start to freeze up all the time. And then after a while, you freeze up so many fucking times, it's hard to even do shit. So, like I said, if you've been through that mental fucking bullshit, it's hard to actually do shit. I'll say this again. If you've been through that mental bullshit, it's really fucking hard to do shit. Okay? So, just trick yourself. Go out there. Say, I'm not going to approach. I'm just going to go to the coffee shop. Okay? I'm just going to go to the coffee shop. I'm not going to approach. I'm just going to walk up to her and walk back. Okay? I'm just going to walk up to her, walk back, or I'm going to walk past her. I'm not going to approach. Okay? I'm just going to walk up to her and ask her, what time is it? I'm just going to walk up to her and ask her, like, where's Zara? And then transition. And then you're in the middle of that whole fucking thing. Now you're tricking your brain. The telomeres are not strained. Now you're approaching. You see that? Just get yourself into that location and tell your brain. It's kind of like telling a girl, don't worry, I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm just going to just take off your shirt. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm just going to take off your pants. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm just going to, suck on your nipples. I'm not going to have sex with you. I'm just going to finger you. I'm not going to have sex with you, just tip, then you have sex. It's the same fucking concept. You must trick your brain into doing this stuff, and that's number one. Number two, you must find yourself motivated. You must enjoy the fucking process. If you don't, right, it's a grind. Number three, you must I don't remember the steps. Just follow what I just said. There you go. That's the answer. Integrate. Number three, integrate into your life. And number four, just fucking do it. That's the hardest thing in life, is just to fucking do it. And because you have a little bit of fear. It's not really fear of approach anxiety, but approach resistance. Approach resistance comes from too much mental abuse and too much procrastination and too much willpower. So just trick yourself going. That's the answer. Hope that answers your question. Okay. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Next questions. Before I go, you have a tattoo back of my head like a criminal. Yeah, no problem. Enjoy it. The best thing to do in life is just to apply it. And when you get results and stuff, just let me know in a testimonial. Get into the Hall of Fame. So Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? So BS, you have a tattoo. That's great. Just I don't know what you look like, but yeah, just dress as fucking break the stereotype as much as possible. Zarify your clothing. If you like this gangster clothing, streetwear, just go to the Zara version of streetwear. Zarify every fucking thing. And try to look less Indian as possible. And that's easier. So uh, but to get those 8, 9s, and 10s, right? You do have to dress a little bit nicer. Because you're talking about we're talking about 6 frames. Number 1, you are the same delay fuckboy player type. Okay? That's the first frame. That's what you try to fit into. But that's not going to get you the 8s, 9s, and 10s. Number 2, the boyfriend-girlfriend zone. You might not fit in the boyfriend-girlfriend zone, BS. Because the way you dress with the tattoos and everything. Number 3 is the social circle kind of friend zone orbiter guy. But you can still operate with social skills and still bang the women later. Because you can get drunk. You can pull them easier. And eventually you can tell yourself it was just an accident. Number 4 is the husband material. This is how I dress like. Who says that you can't dress a little bit nicer? Rappers, they wear nice watches. Get like a Philippe Patek or Audemars Piguet. Or get one that looks like it. AP. And the Versace shoes. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. BS. As long as you have a husband material. You know? As long as you have like a husband material and you still have the gangster clothing, you still have the tattoo. Imagine me with fucking tattoos here on my neck. But I'm still dressed nice. Won't that raise the fucking value through the roof? By improving the social aspects, now you can bypass to get those 8, 9s, and 10s. Okay? Don't listen to your friend. Just listen to my fucking suggestion. Get Versace shoes or get imitation. I don't give a fuck. Get an AP watch. I don't care if it's imitation. You can find something for AliExpress that looks like it. Look, AP, Audemars Piguet. Right? And the hair is important. Women, first of all, look in this area. Right here. Okay? Ignore this necklace. A guy from Germany. Berlin. It's one of a kind. But the more shit you can peacock here, the better. Because they look here first. Number 2, they look at the shoes. I have like a few Versace's there. It has a big fucking crest. Trust me on this one. Another student just bought the Versace shoes. A fake one. Got instant date the very first fucking day. Or 2 of them. He said, what the fuck? Raise your value. And let me ask you a question. Whenever you see hot women, right? 8s, 9s, and 10s. Would they like a guy who's in a fucking shitty apartment? Or would they like a guy in a mansion like this? Let me ask you a second question. Sometimes these women are like going to these sugar daddy sites, seeking arrangements, all that shit. Do women like money? Hot women? Yeah. Why do they like money? The question is, I don't condone that kind of shit, but they do like that shit. The secret is that hot women already have good looks, so they don't need that for their evolutionary psychology. They need a guy with some resources, the guy with some status, the guy with some high fucking status. So that way, you can dress the part. So they look here first. Number 2, they look at the shoes. Number 3, the hair. Number 4, the race. Number 5, the height. Number 6, the clothing. Here first, shoes. Shoes is very important. Fix the fucking shoes. If you get a Versace shoes and you get AP watch, Daygame becomes 10 times fucking easier. Since you're Indian, you don't need like a Patek. For Asian men, the reason why I'm using a Patek like homage is because you need $240,000 worth of value in order to equal a white man who is tall in a t-shirt. I'll say this again. Asian men, according to a professor, says he needs to make $240,000. So the watch is a $250,000 design. Now I can still have fucking tattoos everywhere. On my face, on whatever. But when I'm dressed just a little bit nicer, the shoes are handled, this and that, you can get access. They'll finally fucking look at you. It's just the truth. You don't want to accept it, that's fine. Don't be a stubborn fuck. Just do it. Everything I say works. There's no coach in the world that has this many testimonials. You look at all these other names that you guys mentioned. How many of them can they get in the day game? Day game requires social skills, social calibrations, the game, and also emotions. None of them can fucking do it. Not even JT Trent. You can't fucking do it. If this advice works so well, just fucking follow it. What's your resistance to it? Just find out where you can get this fucking Paytech or whatever at AliExpress. Go Rolex, whatever. Just get one that looks like it. Simple as that. And go back out there and don't listen to your fucking friend. Day game is not for older people. Day game is for everyone. I had a 17-year-old student, right? He fucking got 2 blowjobs in one lay. And he banged the hottest girl or the second one in his school. And he just worked on social skills. Work on your social skills, dude. And he was dressing well. I told him exactly what to wear, and it works. It fucking works. Yeah. And yeah, he's also showing husband material. Because I was in this fucking suit in the picture. All my other white friends were in suits. We all look like we're millionaires. And then when that girl saw that picture, she was like turned the fuck on. She was so turned on by the husband material. Women want to procreate one day. They want to get married. They want to have kids. So you want to use this against them. I know this sounds very manipulative, but you want to use this against them. So women love luxury, but low-class hot bitches only know Converse and Champions. If you're going for the low-class bitches, right, just be tall as fuck, right? And wear like the same kind of like the 6 frames we're talking about. Number 1, remember the fuckboy frame, the player, the same day lady guy. That's one frame you can fit into, but you have to be very fucking tall. Women love tall guys who are good looking and muscular. They're shallow. You want to be not husband material, go in that zone. So if you want to get those kind of women who are like basic bitches, okay? Basic bitches. I know I'm going to offend a lot of people, but I don't give a fuck what I offend. I'm just going to tell them the truth. So for basic bitches, right? What you want to do is, just tell I don't give a fuck. Be the same day late guy. Be the tall guy who's wearing this fucking streetwear shit, driving a nice car. And that's the thing though, because when you look at these gangster looking guys, or part gangster, they drive a nice car. But the women, the bird brain bitches that are into these guys are usually the kind of women who, the guy's like a fucking drug dealer, right? Is that right? He's almost like a drug dealer motherfucker. So she gets turned on by her little bird brain, for hood rats. I know it's politically incorrect, but for hood rats, they get turned on by these kind of guys. So, but they think they have money. They have drug money and they're excited. That's the evolutionary psychology thing. They think there's at least $200,000 worth of drug money or more. So basically, they might have like a nice car and stuff like that. So once again, it comes back down to fucking money, doesn't it? Money. I hate to say it. I fucking hate to say it. It's just the truth. Exactly. So and basically what happens, like with these hood bitches, these hood rats, when the guy gets captured and goes to jail, what happens? Is she loyal? Bitch ain't loyal. She's gonna fucking leave him. Because he no longer has any survival value. And his extreme level of violence doesn't mean shit no more. The excitement. Because now he's not surviving. He was surviving all this fucking time. That's why she's with him. It's all about survival value, replication value. So if you want to play in that zone, just be the tall guy. Tall, muscular guy. You don't have to be good looking. He's got to be tall, strong, white, black, or Latino looking. Even if you're not these races, you just have to look like it and just have a long dick, and the women will be into you. I know they're shallow, but that's just how it is. I hope that answers your question. Now you know how to strategize. But if you had this husband material thing, you access the money again. See that? The women get turned on. And just because I'm dressed like an older gentleman, younger women gets turned on. They get really turned on. Like crazy. So it's the same fucking thing. Survival and replication value. But John, how come no one talks about this? Isn't it all game? Isn't it all game, John? No, because they're fucking marketers. These motherfuckers are called marketers. So these marketers usually have no testimonials. This is say fuck you, the marketers. They have no fucking testimonials whatsoever. They have no testimonials, and they always they always be very comforting when they're talking to you. They talk like this. They talk like this. They're almost like begging or sucking your dick. Just talk like this. Okay? Just talk like this. And they're like, I don't want to offend you or nothing. Like, I'm honestly Max here. I don't want to offend you or nothing, but fucking marketers. Marketers. They're not here to help you. They just want to comfort you because the higher the ego, the lower self-esteem. So they can't offend you. You get more triggered easily. Get more butthurt. Now you know who's that fucking with you. People who don't swear, who people are extra nice, telling you they love you, they're fucking marketers. After your money. I don't want anything from you guys. If you guys want coaching, come to my site, www.johnelite.com. I'll help you out, but you have to come to me. I'm not gonna fucking chase your fucking money. I'm not here to just get money. I'm here to solve your fucking problems and get money. That's a big fucking difference. I'm not like the same as the other coaches because I actually get students results. So work on your fucking social skills, social calibrations, your fucking game, which is already like maxed out here, and your emotional intelligence. It's all fucking related. It's all fucking related. Let's see. How can you just be tall? That's a very good question. Exactly. You answered it. Heel lifts. I have so many fucking heel lifts. You have no idea. I have every type of heel lift there is. Because I'm a fucking midget in real life. I'm like 5'7". Most of the boot camp students are way taller than me. It's like, John, why the fuck are you so short? I thought you're taller in real life. Oh, this is as good as it gets. But heel lifts. When you have heel lifts in your shoes, get the ones that are like wedges they have. Because the whole shoe, it takes away a lot of space. Then you boost the height. The national average of height in America is 5'9.5". For Canada, it is 5'9". So if you can be above 5'9", you're considered tall, taller than the average. So you want to make it past that point. Now the game becomes a downhill fucking battle. If you're 5'3" to 5'8.5", you're still treated the same fucking way. I know that sounds like, wait, John, but isn't 5'7" different than 5'3"? No, not to a woman's eyes. Get over 5'9". I can compensate with the watches for value. I can compensate with the shoes. I can compensate for the extreme level of game, in the personality, the dominance, the social skills. But you guys can't. The Asians out there cannot. With your beta voice, dressing like shit, you just can't fucking do it. 5'7" is not tall. It's lower than the average. And like I said, 5'3" and 5'7", they're treated the same fucking way across the world for all the students. I've taught students in every fucking country in the world. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. In California, like blacks are short now because they're appearing from their baby mamas who's 15. Well, sometimes like it doesn't matter if the if a black person is shorter, are they still compensating with their race? They may be shorter than before, but don't taller black students, from my experience, when you look at the testimonials, isn't there like more tall black students that getting results? When you're taller, don't you have protector status in pre-selection? Do you think a short black guy has the same pre-selection and protector status as a taller one, a short one? No. When you look at the media, right, you look at the women, what are their stereotypes? They're always thinking about a tall, big, buff black guy with an ugly face who basically has muscles and height. Now she gets turned on. You see that with like thick, chubby white women. Am I right? But short guys who take my boot camp, shorter guys have more of a struggle. They don't have the same pre-selection. So they have to compensate in other areas. Does that make sense? They'll have a tougher battle. It's maybe within their own race, they do fine, but with white women and stuff, they'll have a much tougher time. So if you're a 6'2", that's great, but if you're a short black guy, okay, get some fucking heel lifts and work out. Try to bandwagon on that stereo fucking type. Even if you're Indian and you look black, I can tell you the game now, instead of being 1 out or 2 out of 10, you're like fucking 8 out of 10 or 7. If you're tall and black and strong and ugly fucking face. There's no game involved. It's just SMVing it. SMVing it. I hate to say this, but that's exactly what's happening. If you're tall, you're a different race. You're not black, but you look black. You're just strong. Even though you tell her that you're not black, she'll still treat you like a black person who's 8 out of 10 in value, tall height. It's just how it is. Women are like that. Mr. S has a Latina girlfriend. Okay? He has a Latina girlfriend. And he's not Latino, but he looks Latino. She treats him like a Latino. She knows he's not. It's like that. It's like that. So, all Chinese should wear contact lenses. What does that mean? Yeah, Michael. MWB. There is a new Facebook group, but it costs money to be there. It's $15 a month, and I teach it just like this. Except I go into very fucking detail. I'm just going through this general strategy here. But I go into detail. I go into like vocal coaching. I go into like how to make more money, sales, and how it relates to game, objections, dealing the real way, not the other way. Like you just fucking like just see the pole and then try to wear her down. It's like judo. It's like you just keep trying to throw her without grabbing a uniform because you're not using statements of empathy. You're not saying like I acknowledge. If you just keep throwing and eventually hope she goes down because you have higher fucking value. No, I teach you the real shit. The fucking real shit of game. The stuff that you're hearing here, that gets all the student testimonials. I teach it there. $140 a year. You get a discount. It is the best. I expect 1,000 fucking people to be there in the future. I'll be teaching a group of 1,000 people. Instead of doing one-on-one, it's cheaper than Skype. So if you want to look into that, go to johnelite.com and look up the inner circle. Let's see. What about leg thickening surgery? That hurts like hell. You're going to be out for 6 months. Just get some fucking heel lifts. You don't want to be sitting in the hospital for 6 months, do you? Of course it helps. When people have taller height, they get more results. It's just how it is. The world is shallow. Height matters. Every inch matters. Get past 5'9". If you want to do surgery, it's up to you, but it is painful. It is very painful to recover. Is it worth it? Sure, but if you can afford it. If you can afford to waste 6 months of your life sitting in a fucking hospital, then maybe. But heel lifts is a lot cheaper. Heel lifts are like fucking 20, 30 bucks, 15 bucks, 20, 10 bucks. I even got one for like fucking $2. Korean ones. All over my Versace shoes. Let's see. More questions before I go. I didn't expect to stay so long. But yeah, guys, check out johnelite.com and join the Inner Circle group. How do you sign up? It's very simple. You go to my site, you go Inner Circle, and you put the information in. I'll be interviewing you. I'm just going to not let every motherfucker join. I have to like you. I have to trust you. You know, I don't want no fucking delusional fucks joining my group who's not going to use the advice. I want people who actually, wants to be there. And I put as much information as possible. A lot of the stuff, the secrets of the game, I teach you all in there. Questions? If there's not more questions, I'm gonna stop. I just feel like being here. I just feel like talking here today. I just felt like it. So I hope you guys learned a lot. Today's is about vocal coaching and why the voice is so important when you're Asian. You can't get away with a shitty fucking voice. You really can't. Daygame. It's just harder. It's harder when you sound like ABCs of attraction. Like, hey guy, how's it going? Oh, I love your hat. If you sound like that, you're fucked. You're fucked. Especially these days. That's why Asians keep quitting Daygame and going night game. Because they're fucking autistic as shit. They don't work on their social skills. Let's see. Oh, it seems like that's all the questions for today. More people are dropping off because I probably insulted a lot of Asian people and they're fucking butthurt. But yeah, check this out. And I'll see you in the next video. I don't know when I'm going to make it. I'll do it whenever I feel like it. I enjoy it. Why make a video with a bunch of different cuts? Because now I can speak to you back and forth here. Dude, that beard thing, why is it such a trend these days? Are you talking about for Indians? Well, the beard thing. If you're talking about the beard thing for Indians, right? Why is it such a trend? I'm going to answer it that way. But you like my beard. Mr. S is Indian, right? He has a beard. But the problem with the beard is that my students, they don't actually like, well, it depends. But Indians love a beard because it's part of their culture. The turban, the beard. And they associate with masculinity. Okay? They think the bigger the beard is, the more. The thing is that, let's look at the opposite end of the spectrum. Let's look at Asian. What if they say they love my fucking bowl cut? They love my bowl cut. Is Asian people reinforcing the negative stereotype? Are they reinforcing that Asians have no fucking pomade in their hair? If you're Indian with a beard, right, and just having this big ass beard, and you think he's masculine, aren't you reinforcing what an Indian guy looks like? I would say the best thing to do, because Mr. S had a big fucking beard. He's a good looking guy. But he gets better results when he uses that 5 o'clock shadow like this. Very light. You can still have a beard, but it has to be like, taken care of. Too much of a beard, you just alienate yourself. You just get Asian women as an Indian guy. Asian women. So I would suggest that, have a beard, but not a big fucking beard. It's not masculine. It is unkempt and is reinforcing negative stereotype. So she's Indian though. Yeah, what a fucking surprise. What a fucking surprise. You answer your own fucking question right there. If she's Indian and she's into the beard, you're the same fucking sexual market value. That's the thing in German chick. They like the beard and she's white. I can say for all white chicks. Just because one chick likes it doesn't mean all of them likes it. Maybe she likes other guys who are different, like outside of her fucking race. A lot of German women, as you can see when I was in Germany, they like guys who are very exotic, are very different. Hello. Guten Morgen. Cheers. And Scheiße. Like the thing is that I can speak a little bit German. But that's not the point. That's not important. The point is that in Europe, there's a lot of women who are into black-looking guys, exotic-looking guys, or dark-skinned guys. They hate their own fucking tribe because they think the other tribe is the conquering tribe. They're to invade the place. So therefore, they submit to the new masters. It's evolutionary psychology. This is why being a tall black guy with muscles is 10 times easier in Europe. Because you're exotic. Even being a Chinese guy like myself is easier. Next question. You guys, there's a whole fucking science to this. There is a whole science to this. So there's only 4 people here. So I guess some people dropped off because what I'm saying is so fucking offensive to them. But it's the truth. It's just how it is. I'm telling you guys exactly how the game is so you guys can adapt to it. So have a 5 o'clock shadow or just grow like a smaller beard. Your results will skyrocket with all women. It's not just the exception, it's the rule. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah. Next question. Okay, keep it clean shaven. Absolutely. Keep it clean shaven and also try not to look Indian. I like the tattoo. If you got Indian chick, right? And you get white chicks, the more you can Zarify everything. You like gangster shit? Zarify it. Gangster shit from Zara. It's that simple. Then you can get every race. It's that simple. As long as you don't look Indian, you'll be good. So, excellent. You wear Zara. That's excellent. All the time. Excellent. This is from Zara too. This suit. So is this thing. So is the pants. Everything's from Zara. The shoes is always from Versace. That's why I wear now. And then watches are always 3 of them. A gold Rolex, AP, or Philippe Patek. And this is not real Philippe Patek. The real one my friend has is $250,000. But this is a beautiful watch. And women, when they see the design,
They see it's not just a gold watch. They can tell it's expensive or the design is expensive. And once you have this value in everything, right, it just makes it easier. If you look very black looking and you already have a high value, don't get the Paytech. $250,000. They don't think it doesn't match you. Get the AP. Well, you're a stubborn fuck, aren't you? I didn't say clean shaving. I say 5 o'clock shadow a little bit. Let it grow like fucking half a centimeter. And you can get much younger women too. Indians love their beard. I'm just telling you, Indians love their beard. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let it grow out a little bit. Not like this. Indians love this. None of that shit. You know what I mean? You see the guys, turbans and big fucking beards. Don't do that. If you have a beard, make sure it's very, very clean. And who gives a shit if people say it looks gay? If that gets you the white women, right? Does that look gay when she's sucking your dick and all your other Indian friends are wondering how the fuck you got her? No, that's straight as fuck. So, yeah. That's the thing with Indian people and Chinese people. Resistant as fuck to learning. Because they have no fucking self-esteem. They don't dress well, so they get more egotistical. Across India too. They don't dress well. They don't fucking dress well. So when you dress well, your self-esteem goes up and your ego goes down. What happens is that when you have a fucking ego and lower self-esteem, then you get resistant to dressing well. Then the vice is harder to get in your head. And this is a problem because I have lots of Indian students who work, dress better. And the whole fucking life just opens up. So, yes, that's so valuable. Yes, absolutely. Now you get it. You see that? Because I'm on the YouTube Live. I can speak back and forth with you. At first, you didn't get it. So if I made an advice video, you would have saw everything through your eyes, your filter, right? You would have saw everything exactly the fucking same. So the best way to think about a filter is like, imagine these glasses, okay? Yeah. Very expensive shit. This is like the way you see the world through your filter. You see that? Your filter is like, there's many layers behind the brain, but this is your filter. You always see through these lenses, okay? When you see it through these lenses, you look at my advice video, you still see it through your filter. Because you can't talk back and forth with me. Now that you can talk back and forth, you're like, holy fuck, this advice, right? It's like, now I can change your mind because I'm putting on a new pair of glasses. I'm taking those glasses, off of your head. I'm putting on a different design. You see what I mean? I'm putting on a different design, like a Prada. See what I mean? Expensive glasses too. These things are like fucking $600. Then when you put on new glasses, then you start to see the world differently. And you couldn't have done that without talking to me live like this. This is why Skype coaching with me is important. This is why the group coaching is so fucking important. Because you guys get to ask me questions exactly the same way. But you get to learn in a more tactical and detailed form compared to now. Does that make sense? So that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what's happening. And that's awesome. So if there's no more questions, I'm going to get going. I got a lot of shit to do. I just want to be on live. But remember, it's johnnyelite.com, the new site. And then maybe I'll change the background banner. And from now on, I'll make advice videos like this. Valuable shit. The real game. This is the real game. And you guys are getting it. The environmental exposure. That's what they call it, environmental exposure. By being around mentors and being around these people, you can ask them questions. It's like asking the billionaire of game. The billionaire, Dan Pena of game. Questions. Who has the most student results in the fucking world for Daygame. And you can pick my brain. How lucky are you to have that? How lucky? Because won't you progress a lot faster in the game? Absolutely. Thanks, John. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. I hope you have a good day. If you guys like it, I wish I see more thumbs up, but who gives a shit? I don't need the validation. I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this day. Vocal coaching, learn it. However the fuck you have to learn it. Figure it out, Asians. At least you recognize the mistake. If you don't recognize the problem, you can't have a solution. You cannot change. You cannot fucking change. And yeah, hope you guys have all a good day. And you guys know that when I'm speaking, I'm loud, I'm clear. And I sound like, my voice is a lot better than before. It is permanent. It is permanent. There's no reason why you shouldn't increase your voice, increase the abilities of speaking. Why you can't increase the resonance? Why you can't increase the tonality? Because your voice can help make more money, help you with women. Your voice can help you persuade people. It can help you be a leader. And to the 1.5 billion Asian people out there, I didn't fucking help before as much. I'm going to focus on you guys. Work on your vocal coaching abilities. And on that note, yeah, see you next time. And yeah, great. More thumbs up. See you guys next time.